Hello and welcome, Autodidactics and awesome people. Not sure what's going on with the times here. I thought I had this set up for 9 o'clock, but obviously everyone's already in the chat, and I've just tried to. I don't know what's going on with my computer. Last time I did a live, the same thing happened. It put it like 3 hours earlier. So sorry if I'm late. Thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you all. So let's get into it. So who we got here? Hello to everyone in chat. Chassis Nix, LVK, Newest Reset, Mountain Cat, Black Lamb, Mike Hockburns, 4Jacks. Who else we got? James Sharp, Pamela, Verity Walker. Yes, I am here. LVK. What time was it? Did it come up in your feed for? Because I thought Martin was, it's Sunday morning here. It's Flatter in other parts of the world, and I thought Martin would be live, so I put it to 9 o'clock. So I didn't, step on him, and I have no idea what happened. So here we are. We are live, and yes, sorry I'm late. John Chesworth, hello. Andrea, hello. Amanda Smith, hello. James A. Falkenberg, aka Rip Steel, very, very good name. How are you? So yes, we are live. So how is everybody? Nice to see you all. Here we got Arthur Flat Earth, hello. Smoothie 420, hello. So we got 6:56 p.m. New York. Oh, Pamela, you're in New York. Wow, how's that going? I hear New York is full of crazy people. I'm not sure, never been there. Mr. C. That's what I thought he might. Yeah, that's what I thought when I had a look and he wasn't live. I thought he might be traveling or something. And by the way, guys, I'm going to be in the USA as well in a month. So there you go. Who's coming to join me? There should be a link below. Come and join me in Florida. We're having a 3-day event. I'm also going to try and organize like a day event the next weekend, which would be the 14th. So I'm just getting onto that. I'm going to see if we can get Martin down and Jason and have a bit of a chat. Hello, Sherry Ives. How are you? Thanks for being here as usual. Mystic Q, hello. Verity Walker. Amanda Smith, Pennsylvania. All right, hello. Mark how do I say? Fields, is that right? All right, thank you for sharing it around. Alaska, look at this. We've got people all over the realm. Thanks for my time. Well, thank you for being here, Corp Fiction. Thank you for being here. And, of course, corporations are a fiction, right? They're all dead corpses, and they want us to join in. Pamela, Syracuse, New York is central New York. So is that like New York State, not New York? Because there's New York and there's New York, right? So I do know this. Trailblazing the maze, feeling amazing at 3:57. Okay, thanks for being here. Martin was here. So what time was this? Yeah, let me know. What time did this come up in your feed that I was supposed to be live? Was it 8 or... I don't know, but thanks for hanging around, guys. Thanks for being here. Who else have we got here? Jane Gibbs from Melbourne, Linda Turner from Maine. Look at this, people all around the world. Pema, hey, how are you? Alrighty, the world here is lovely. Yeah, the world's pretty cool, isn't it? I actually just saw a video by, oh gosh, I'm going to forget the name, Flat Earth someone, and they were showing talking about Antarctica and the dome. As we know, if you get a pre-1958 encyclopedia, which is the year before the Antarctic Treaty, if you go to Antarctica, it says there's a dome there rising 13,000 feet. And on this video, he was showing, there was some video of these like strut things, these massive metal, they look like struts that were around the base of the dome holding it up, right? So that's interesting. I should really find out what that video was, but it was very, very interesting. Melbourne, Florida. All right. You're going to come and see me, Agony Pain? Oh, I hope you're feeling better, Agony Pain. Dust Devil, hello. Los Angeles. How's Los Angeles? Don't come here ever. Well, I hope you get out soon. I know Salty Cracker's there, so that's one good thing, I guess. Restless Native, St. David's, Bermuda. That sounds very nice. Rebecca's in Minnesota. And, of course, Flat Earth someone is Sherry's. You must change your passwords a lot, Sherry. North Carolina. Hello. Thank you for being here. Yeah, man, time to lift up the dome. What will happen? I mean, it's very interesting, right? Will the dome disappear? I don't know. You know, it's an interesting one, right? Like, can we get through the dome, or are we in a fishbowl, right? Just two lost souls living in a fishbowl. We don't know. Oh, Gundagai, along the road to Gundagai. Kezalu, thank you for being here. Oh, don't know what I clicked there. I use the term whole world loosely. I didn't say around the globe. Yes. Can't do that here, man. Oh, really? Salt Cracker's not in LA. Oh, so he's in California, is he? Okay, California then. Natalie from London, hello. How are you? Jeffrey Ball, hello. Is that supposed to be Hamburg? Is that Germany? Brisbane, Kimmy. Bris Vegas, how you going? Fernvale. Oh, that's the wrong one. Fernvale, hello, Mr. Russell. Where's Fernvale? Is that Northern Rivers? I'm in the Northern Rivers, of course. And I do want to get some, social gatherings together. Obviously, we've got a bit of land here. I know a few other people with land, so we do want to start organising some get-togethers, some socials for anyone who's in the Northern Rivers region. So if you're in this region, let me know. Who we got here? Forest Glenn, greetings from Carnivore in New Brunswick, Canada. All right, hope you're doing well. Hope the fires aren't near you. Of course, lots of fires going on recently. You know, this whole Maui thing is, tragic, but clearly it's an attack on the people. I mean, it's just pretty blatant at this point. And did you see Oprah and The Rock? Have you seen this? They've come out, obviously after, Oprah just got trashed. She's joined up with The Rock, right? Oprah's worth at least $2 billion. They say The Rock is worth around $800 million. And they've started a charity and they're asking everyone else to put money in. Interesting, right? And they did that and they got absolutely trashed. Got absolutely trashed by everyone. So, yeah, this whole Maui thing is very, very sad. Redneck Rebel, John Denver country, nice. I would like to see West Virginia. That's going to be close to Florida. Who knows where I'm going to get to, right? I don't even know where I'm going to get to. You want a kangaroo? Kangaroos are big and scary, man. Most, like the big reds, they get to like 7 foot, man. They're huge. But there are some cool ones. I've got kangaroos around here. They hop through my front yard every now and again. I mean, the whole children thing, it's they haven't even touched on it, right? They're just ignoring it. And now they're actually trying to like silence this whole thing and not even report on Maui. They're trying to, get us to all forget about it, as they do with the media. But, those children, I mean, my first thought was, are they even in Maui? Like, did something happen before all of this? So it's shocking and terrible. But on the other hand, it's waking a lot of people up as well, which, I guess is the silver lining. But yeah, man, thoughts to everyone in Lahaina and Maui. The doctor is from Punxsutawney? Is that PA? Is that what, Pennsylvania? I'm not sure. Punxsutawney. And yes, hello, Hippie Shake. Thank you as always for being here. Thank you to all the mods. I do appreciate you. West Virginia. Oh, it's quite away from Florida. There you go. I don't know America that well. I kind of know where it's situated. but I kind of tend to think everything's closer in the outer world. Because in Australia, like I've got, it takes me like to get to the nearest. Well, there's a small town about 40 minutes away, but the closest kind of substantial town is like an hour and a half away from here, and I could drive, probably 2-3 days and not hit the border. Dahan, how you going, mate? Nice to see you from Amsterdam, Pennsylvania. It is Pennsylvania in the house. What? Pung. I can't even say that. Punks. Yeah, that one. That's an interesting name. All roads lead to Yuba. Where's Yuba? I'm not even sure. All right, Mark Static. Thank you for being here. Thank you. So all right. This. The main reason I did this is I think I've got my internet sorted. I'm actually streaming off my phone. My $35 unlimited data on my phone is doing a much better job than Elon's, electric red car floating in space for the internet. So, that's good. Is Uber coffee? All roads lead to coffee. George, how you going? Yuba, home of the tuba. Well, there you go. Is it really? I would not know. All right, so I do have some pics and some things that we can have a look at. What have I got here? Oh, that's not the right one. Let's see. I'm just gonna click on something, and we can have a look at some pics. I put up also on Spiral Up, my other channel. If you haven't checked that out, please do subscribe, all that kind of awesome stuff. Second video on my dome, which took a while to get up. I am in the dome now, but there is a new video of me setting it up and getting it all sorted. So go and check that out if you do want to, if you're into that kind of stuff, because off-grid, man, it's the way to go. Obviously, we don't want to work for corporations, right? The dead people. But at this point, we need to start, creating something different, something that's outside of the system and taking our power back. Stop relying on, governments and all these other, sort of entities for safety, really. Right? That's what they love to say is, we're here to keep you safe. We're here for your help. Oh, we're going to make it all awesome. Just vote us back in again. Give us more power. But what do we get? The same time, every time. It just gets worse and worse. They steal more. They take away more of our, well, not rights, but more of our privileges. You can't take away a right? We have rights. So, it's time, I think, to get out and stand on our feet and build the world that we want to be in, which, of course, is what I'm trying to do out here. And also a massive announcement coming up this week. So I can't tell you much about it now, but there is something very big coming up that's going to be next year, and I will be announcing that, this week, I guess. It's Sunday, isn't it? Well, Sunday where I am. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We're going forward. We're going to be out getting boots on the ground, and because I've sort of been stuck indoors a bit, had a few issues. Still got a bit of an issue with my arm, but that's going to be sorted out. Cheechment Duck, thank you for being here. Hello to you. Oh, thank you. There you go. Sherry's put the link up for my latest Dome Home video. Safety is the alibi of the times. Yeah, it's always for us, right? All this, climate change, which started off as global warming, and they had to change the name to to climate change because nothing was warming, right? It's just millionaires and billionaires buying houses on the beach and yelling at us all that we got to stop, using plastic, but then they wrap everything in plastic in the store. It's just such a scam. It really, really is. So it's time that we need to get sorted out. It is my left arm. I've got brachial plexus nerve. I sort of pinched a nerve, and its nerves take a while to come back. So I drove my car into a tree, which wasn't very clever. And so we're still working with that. But I'm actually going to be talking to Maggie and doing some regression this week. So I'll let you know how that goes, and hopefully we'll get some things sorted out. I've also had an offer to go up to Townsville and hang out with some elders, some Indigenous elders, and they've said that they've got some good medicine for me as well. So I think things are starting to speed up. It should be sorted soon. All right. Who else have we got here? Feminazi Slayer. All right. Get out and get those feminazis. Thank you for being here. West Texas. All right. You're in West Texas. Nice. Quantum hugs from the doctor. Oh, you've got a brachial plexus injury too. What is that, and how's that affecting you? How long have you had it? Because I basically drove my car into a tree with no brakes at about 70 k's an hour and walked away without a scratch. The only thing I did was, jolt my neck quite badly. I don't remember it. Wasn't actually conscious at the time. But, it's probably, not a bad outcome for what I actually did. All right, Living for Cats has seen the video. Thank you. Verity, I'm going urban, self-sufficient. Still waiting for Wagga Wagga to be Wagga Wagga. There you go. You're in New South Wales too. Yeah. Well, maybe don't hope for that too much, right? Because the way for the beach to get closer would be a big flood. I'm not sure if we want that. But something is coming. Saint Germain in the house. Oh, thank you so much. Did I hit a spaceship? No, I hit a tree. I hit a tree that was about, God, it was huge. Like the base of this tree was a couple of meters, man. It was a very big tree. It did not move. Thank you, Linda. Got another one from Brizzy here. Here we go. So motorcycle accident 25 years ago. It never healed. Well, that's no good. Mine is definitely healing. I'm not putting up with this for much longer. Hi from Southern California. All right, another California person. Hope all is going well in California. I hear it's very, very crazy out there, to the point where if people travel out of California, they don't even like to have the plates on their cars, because people will know they're from California, right? Go home or go dome, man. Dome is where the heart is. Gus, happy birthday to your mother today. Hope she has a wonderful day. Tony, where are you from? Liverpool in the UK. That's the worst Liverpudlian accent ever. Are the Liverpool people the ones that say G? They say like longing and I'm going. I think that's Liverpudlian. That's where the Beatles are from, right? The Beatles. Which I do like their music, but definitely Tavistock. Christine, and there's only one of them left, right? Only Ringo left. Paul left back in the 60s, apparently. Christina, Melbourne, hey, how you going? Thank you for being here. San Antonio, Texas. All right, we've got a few people from Texas here, so I'm going to be in the region. Definitely going to try and, hook up with Martin and Archaics and have a chat. Yeah, no, nothing. I was pretty. I mean, I was in a pretty good car. I had like a little Citroen A4, which I really liked. It was a really cool car, but luckily it was. It had all like everything safety. Like when I came to, the whole car was destroyed and crumpled in around me, and where I was sitting was not even touched. Had my feet outstretched and everything, and yeah, perfect little driving capsule. So I was pretty lucky. Oh, John Lennon's still alive, is he? Well, that would be interesting. James from Connecticut, thank you for being here. New Earth Media, how you going? Tartaria, New Earth Media. French car, nothing safe. Yeah, it's Citroen. It saved me, that's for sure. Yes, I need a new car. I've now got a Subaru Forester, Long as flat Earth taboo masks. What's this? Long as flat Earth is taboo, masks and vax aren't going away. Yeah, well, this is the thing, right? They're trying to keep us in the dome, not my dome, in the much bigger dome. So I'm in my little dome, right? My micro dome. So shall we get in and have a look at some pictures? I've got just some random pictures that I've been collecting that are all pretty interesting. So I thought we'd go through them. Then I've got a couple of books we can check out and some other stuff. So we'll see how we go here. So I've now got to find where I am. Where am I? Oh, I'm here. I was looking for Zoom for some reason. All right, so let us check out some pictures. Let's jump straight into it. All right. Let's see. Is this going to work? Here we go. Okay, so pictures. This is titled in French. So I'm not sure what it is. So I found this one interesting. It's in France. Now this is on the street, right? This is a street by the looks of it. We've got some people down here. You can see the size of these statues, but look at this little collection of statues we have. Oh, look, is that Charlie Chaplin? Could be. Sitting under a big, very ornate lamp. Sorry, the pixels aren't that good on this picture. This dude is standing there holding someone's head up. This is... Who is that with the wing? Has he got wings on his head? I'm not sure, but he looks like someone you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley. But yeah, look at this construction. This is like a cathedral, right? There's a cathedral, what we sort of call cathedral ceiling is in here. And it's just like this little, I don't know, statue viewing deck, which I find pretty interesting. So is this what was all around back in the day? Because we don't see stuff like this anymore. You know, they've smashed all the statues pretty much. You know, changed them to the crappy stuff we see today, you know, which is basically advertising, right? And this guy's got a big club. So it's a bit interesting. All right, let's see what the next picture is. No, this is Florence. So check out this building. Of course, they have put the clock in here. The clocks, so we know when to go to work, right, and when to have lunch. So clocks are a big scam. But as you can see down here, we've got this massive statue. Again, you know, naked Greek, Italian, Roman type person. And little people, right? Tiny little people. Look at the size of this statue. Like, you know, that's like 5 times as tall as a person, which is ridiculous. And just old world buildings built out, looking very old. You can see this one they've gone and filled the windows in. You can see the old archways here. And look, we've got a cross. It looks like it might be the Red Cross or something there. The Red Cross, oh my God, they're, of course, you know, Maui, right? They're stopping, you know, all these agencies like the Red Cross, FEMA, all these, they're stopping, you know, people trying to help each other, trying to give out food and water, to the point where people from other islands are having to bring it in on boats and get it to people on the beach, right? And try and get it out to people before they get caught by the police, because the police are literally stopping people from giving out these supplies. It's a complete attack, man, on definitely on, you know, Maui and Lahaina, but on all of us. So to me, this is something that's going to really wake people up, is the whole Maui thing. It's just unfortunate it had to go that far. And this is what they do. This is the old world, right? Amazing architecture, antiquitech, you know, built to last forever. And what do? They knock it down and they replace it with brutalism, right? This is Sunderland. You've got Birmingham here, again, destroying this amazing old world building for this disgusting, brutal piece of crap. London, I mean, look what they've torn down, man, to replace it with this. So this is, you know, this is just an attack on us and our world, right? Another one here in Manchester. This is what they do. And so, you know, this is a takeover of the realm. It looks like it's been going since the 1700s, as far as I can work out, was the last kind of reset, at least where we get pictures and books and things from. And then, you know, obviously into the 1800s, they start creating their reality, right? And trying to force us to live in it. So, you know, we fell for that for a while, but, you know, they did that because after a reset with all the destruction and everything, you know, basically people are MKR ultra'd, right? They're in a state of fear, delusion, and, you know, these demons have walked in and offered them solutions. But as we know, their solutions are only for them. They're not for us. Here we have a floating ship. I haven't got the date on this, Frank. I've only got half the top, but check this out. All right. Now, these look like they're made of metal. So they don't look like, you know, they would, if you filled them with air or, you know, whatever, helium, hydrogen, that they would float. And look at the sails. Are these some kind of electrostatic sails, something that's actually giving it lift? And these just base? I mean, these look more like they're for floating, right? So I can land in water, but check these out. You know, all with their little antennas on top. This looks like some kind of, you know, ether, energy, electrostatic energy collector that is giving it lift. And this is what electrostatics do. You know, there's quite a few videos around that you can just get things to levitate if you know how to use the electrostatics. And everyone here, are they throwing rocks or are they just waving? I'm not sure. Maybe they're doing a dance. Maybe they're doing a dance. Here we have a boat. Now, this is an ironclad. Again, check out these masts. Are they made for sails or are they made to collect energy maybe? You know, we're told that these bits here, they call them crow's nests. We're told that they're for, you know, sailors to climb up so that they can see, right? Get a better view. So why have they got three is one good question. But these ironclads, they tell us that they were wooden boats that they started covering in iron. Now, does that make much sense? I don't know. This, to me, looks like recovered tech from the old world, which I think a lot of things were, especially trains, which I do want to get into a video on. All these old trains that back in the 1800s, they were just destroying them and running them off bridges and running them into each other and literally selling tickets. They'd have events and they'd sell tickets and people would all come and watch them destroy trains, which is quite interesting. Here we go. So some more, these are balloons obviously, but check out how many people are on this. Like this, it's just full of people, just like a floating deck. Not sure what this is, but again, is you know, look at the shape of it. It looks like a Van der Graaf generator, doesn't it? You know, so are we looking at all this wrong? You know, are the balloons just where they've changed this shape slightly, filled it with air to say, oh no, they were just balloons. They were just balloons floating above castles. You know, what has gone on in the past? This is Rome. What does it say? Frascati Villa. Check out this place. Very, very old looking. And this is what we see everywhere, right? This is the front wall. And look how ornate it is. Right? And what is it with these, you know, these pots? I don't know what else to call them, right? They're everywhere. What were they for? Did they have mercury in them? Maybe. Oh, okay. So these are empty. And are they? Oh no, these have got just that old world iron in them, like the gates. But look what we have up the back here. But a massive building sitting on this huge platform, this foundation, and we see this a lot. Most of the time, this stuff is underground, right? And we might just see the top of these arches. But there are a few photos around like this where you can actually see the original foundations, and of course, towers, right? The twin towers, one on each side, just like the Crystal Palace had this as well. And on the top of all buildings with the domes, They normally have 4 of these and a dome in the middle, right? The 4 pillars and the dome. Is that a representation of our realm, right? We are under the dome. Elephants in Florida. Just a random pick. Did you know there used to be lots of elephants in Florida? And of course, yes, I'm going to Florida again soon. Hopefully the link is below. I'm pretty sure it's below. If you go check out the description, tickets still available. Come spend a couple of days with me, and it will be awesome. We're staying on, I think it's 40 acres, this amazing piece of land. It's going to be awesome. So check that out, especially if you're in the area. More elephants in Florida. What was going on here? How did they get all these elephants to the USA from Africa, right? Or maybe were they already there? Because this is what they love to do is they get things, either buildings, customs, animals, and, that they try and tell us they're just from one place, right? Like elephants from Africa or the Asian elephant, and then they just wipe out the elephants everywhere else. So that and sort of make us think that they're from one place. And they do this with cultures a lot, where in reality they're probably just wiping out, the remnants of these, whatever they are, in all the places, to create anomalies, right? The anomalies. Interesting word. Anomalies don't exist if there's more than one of them. This, I'm not even sure what this is. I don't know. Let's go to the next one. Florence, the interior of the Palazzo della Signoria. Okay, this is the kind of stuff that we had, right? Nice fountains everywhere, clean water without fluoride, right? That was free for everyone. And look at these columns. I mean, just look at the ornate artwork here. Got some twins here with snakes. Is that electricity? Don't know. And sorry if the resolution's not the greatest on some of these, but these roofs, these arched vaulted ceilings, right? They're called vaulted. Now they spell it VAULTED. Is it the same as a VOLTED, right? Volts, electricity, right? Through the arc, right? Which again, they change it to arch instead of arc. Is this arcing electricity across the vaulted ceiling, right? The voltage across the arc. What do you think? Okay, this is that picture we saw at the start. Well, the same place, different picture. It's 8, does that say? No, it's not a date. Florence, interior of the Palazzo della. So this is the same place as the last picture. And, check out the artwork here. And of course, what are they trying? This is what they're trying to destroy as well, right? Creativity and imagination. We don't have artists, doing this kind of stuff anymore, creating this kind of amazing artwork. It's just being destroyed. And of course, the imagination, which is where all this comes from, is also the link to your higher self, to spirit, to the universe, to God, whatever you want to call it. It's because clearly, right, the creator, it's the creator. So, we have to be creative to link up to the creator, but that's what they're trying to sever, is our connection. Scheepvaart in Het, yeah. Amsterdam. So this is Amsterdam. Up here, lots of cherubs. Not much symbolism really. They're just sort of flying around. And the old world boats, which of course, this is what they apparently used to colonize Australia and, every other place that was colonized in the 1800s. And these are apparently what they were bringing horses and cows and cattle and livestock on, floating them across the sea for 6 months. And they'd get up on the other end and they'd be alive. That's an interesting story too, right? This is, I don't think it's Harlem. The old world cities, right? We see this everywhere. Star City, all right? It's a star city, walled. But the other thing is they just very cement, they're very designed, right? They're built. you can see this has been designed as a city. You know, you don't get things set out like this if you just, you know, start, you know, by a couple of people, you know, building houses, then it grows and grows and grows and grows. You don't end up with something like this. So these cities were designed and built as a city, right? I mean, and the walls should really, you know, let us know that, right? Because what do we think? That they kept expanding the walls and knocking down the old ones until they got out here, or they just, you know, built a wall and it's like, this is as big as it can grow? No, that it was designed as part of the whole thing, part of the whole setup. Everything was connected back in the day. Free energy, right? We had access to everything. And of course, the massively oversized cathedral in the middle here. And here we have said massive oversized cathedral with this huge spire up into the air. Of course, they love to change these spires into crosses and things, right? Make them religious. But look at the size of this. Okay, massive, huge construction. And here we have the tech, right? A horse. This guy hasn't even got wheels on his wagon. He's just got a sled, right? So these people, all of course, wearing the same clothes. Don't know where the clothes came from still. There's something going on there. But this is what we're supposed to believe, is that these people had the tech to build this. And you can see here, it's not the best shot, but it looks like bits of broken wood and stuff. You know, they've had a go at doing something, but they want us to believe that they were building this. And I'm not sure of the date on this. Have we got it down here? Let's have a look. 1414 maybe. Saint Catharina, 1470. I'm not sure if they're dates, but if they are 1400s, I mean, the clothing, it sort of looks a bit more 1600s, who knows? But, you know, could they build this? And if so, why would they? What's with the size, right? Why are they so big? Star forts. Star forts are awesome. Nanden. And again, you know, the city is walled, right? This has been designed as one thing. And you can see here again the massively oversized cathedral. And this is a good, you know, depiction, because most of the remnants of the star cities, we can only see the inside wall. That's all we get now. But as you can see on these, and a lot of the old world maps of cities, there's multi-layered walls, right? So all of this stuff is under the ground. And I heard, actually, I think it was Kelly was telling me that someone's been working on Petra, and they've found that Petra goes way, way down, has heaps and heaps of underground levels, which is very interesting, right? Like, we know that everything has. So obviously, you know, Archaics talks about these resets with, and you know, the evidence is out there of lots of dirt falling from the sky. So how many times has this happened, you know, to cover up so much? But look at this, all right? Antiquitech, and we've got wires coming off it into the building. Over here, same thing, right? They're all wired up. And is that some kind of tuning fork? I don't know. What do you think? But again, look at this amazing structure. Look at the size of these windows. Imagine trying to put that together. Back in the day, right? They call it lead light because it's, you know, little bits of glass and they're connected with lead. All right, so imagine trying to build this, you know, with no technology, no cranes, nothing like that. But, you know, the story is right, is if you get enough people and enough time, you can do anything. You don't actually need the skills or the materials to do it. You can just do it, you know, if the king wants it so, right? Is this Dublin? Devlin? I think it's Dublin. Not sure. Another old world city. Not the best sort of shot here. I'm not sure why I put this one in. Interesting. More, right? More of these old world cathedrals. This is what was everywhere, and we only think that, you know, that they're sort of anomalous now is because they've destroyed so much. Like they've just knocked it all over so that we can't know our past, and also so that we can't, have access to the tech, and we don't believe the tech existed, right? I mean, even 10 years ago, if you were talking about free energy, most people would just laugh at you, like literally 99%. And now it's kind of almost common knowledge that free energy is definitely a thing. It is. But of course, they don't want us to have anything for free, right? All these old buildings, again, wooden fence, right? Dirt roads, and this amazing thing in the background. So clearly 2 different types of tech here. Oversized gates and lights. These are kids, obviously, so adults up here maybe, but look at the size of this. Imagine the gates that hung off that, and so thick, right? The materials they put into this. And of course, it's always sandstone, limestone, granite, these types of things that are used, or at least can be used, to make free energy, like capacitors and things. This is the kind of materials you would use. Mississippi Railway, direct route. Look at the size of this bridge. That's massive. So this is, we've got a date here, 1883. January 1st, 1883. Direct route between the east and west. They just built this bridge. Or did they just open it? Did they discover it and find it? St. Louis, Cincinnati. Anyone from St. Louis in chat? Say hello if you are. Oh, got double pics. All right, so pyramids. This is Pyramid of the Sun, I believe, in Mexico. Is it, how do I say it? Teotihuanacu? No, Teonich, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, Pyramid of the Sun. But this was it in 1900. A hill, a mound. This is it, 2022, uncovered. Right, so again, even the pyramids have been covered in dirt. So how old are they? How many resets did that take? And we're discovering more of these around the world. Obviously, Bosnia Pyramid, still covered. And there's, excuse me, there's another one. I think it's in, I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure the country, but it's called the Earthen Pyramid because, these things are everywhere. And in America, they call them mounds, the mound builders, when really they were pyramid builders, right? And it's just been covered in dirt. It's the cover up. But these things are everywhere. And Dr. Sam, who's been studying the Bosnian pyramid, they've done a lot of tests, and there is actually a beam going out the top of the Bosnian pyramid. I think he said 42 hertz or something like that. It looks like a communication beam. So what actually were these? It's a good question, right? Jesuit College of Louis the Great. Of course, those Jesuits, those hat wearers. Look at this. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? Look at the size of this. Look at the build out. Got statues everywhere, all these faces. Is that a fire in the middle? Some kind of, I'm not sure what this is for. And all the, controllers, right, standing around. Now, I'm pretty sure these are kids. They look pretty small, right? But this dude's dressed like an adult, so I don't know. How big were the people of the past? And how big is this picture? Right? And you find this with a lot of the artwork. All these old world paintings are massive. Why is that? And the books and everything else. All the star forts that we see, all the books with star forts, if you look at the actual books, they're huge. They're huge. Melbourne. Swanston Street. 1858, guys. 1858. Australia, we're told Captain Cook turned up 1788. Okay, so what's that? 80 years, right? From nothing, in their story, from nothing, turn up to a barren land. They didn't know where anything was, didn't know what any of the materials they needed were, but within 80 years, They've found all the materials, they've built all the manufacturing plants, all the transport facilities, and they've built. And this is just one street in Melbourne, right? And look at this one here. This building, massive. Another one, and again, look at the size of the walls here compared to the people. Everything is supersized. Yet they show us the tech of the day: horse and cart on a dirt road. Why not? The Duke of Burgundy, a birth, right? This is, you can see the mother in the background here. Just given birth, so obviously to a duke, to one of their bloodline, right? Baby doesn't look, oh my God, interesting face. Doesn't look too happy, but why is everyone so involved that she's had a baby, right? Another one to the bloodline. We know how these people work, and who do they work for? Where are their bosses? In Antarctica, maybe? Who knows? Morocco, in Barbary, right? This whole region was called Barbary, which is where the narrative tells us, we get barbarians from. But of course, they tell us barbarians come from the other side, right? From Eastern Europe. But this was in Africa. So as we can see, this is a star fort. All right. I'm not sure what this is. I've got the old ships, and everyone in their really cool clothes. And this, what are they doing here? Oh, they're fixing it, maybe doing some work. It's got a bit of a hole here. Looks like they're trying to repair this boat. It's not looking too good, is it? Because out here they're having wars, apparently. Trying to blow each other up, because it's all about war, right? I've got a sunken boat here. And this is the story, right? They want us to believe that everything's about war and it's all our fault, when we know war is just an excuse for them to destroy the realm. Oh, that's the end of that one. So I'll stop sharing. So there's some old world pics for you. 275 of you watching. Thank you all for being here. Royal births, what was that? Yeah, okay. The royal births were attended by the entire court. Court, interesting word, right? When they catch you, you'll go to court. Get caught, go to court. Mike P, hello, thank you for being here. Festival Jazz, yep, always blocking the truth. Red and blue, what have we got? Red and blue. There's the red-blue shift. Obviously, red sky, blue sky. A lot of reset people talk about this, how the skies color change. But also, if you look into red and blue, it's everywhere, right? Most of the wars, not these days, are all in green now, the green agenda. But it used to always be like red against blue in America, right? Politics, red against blue. This red-blue shift is everywhere. And what do the royals, these, bloodline people, what's their color? Purple. A merging of those two colors, which is very interesting. Alistair, how you going? Get so many interesting comments when I wear my His Story t-shirt. All right. Yes. And there is a link below if you want to go check those out. I do need to get into the store and get a few more designs up, but you can purchase from the links below. And of course, if you want to support me in any other way, you'll find links down there. There's some really cool books too. If you're looking at going off grid, there's books on, how to build, all the constructions you need, all the buildings, the infrastructure, on how to grow food and different things as well, how to, preserve stuff, how to free energy, and basically look after yourself, right? I am Kairos. Hello, thanks for being here. And of course, I am Kairos has a channel, lots of boots on the ground. Go check him out. No wars. It was definitely genocide. I agree. Tiffany, hello to you in California. Festive. Obsessed much. What does that mean? Festive? Festive. I'm not sure what you're saying there. To join our, how are you going? Yes. You're not too late. Oh my gosh, have I been going for 48 minutes? How did that happen? Must be having fun. Thank you all for being here. Oh my God. Blood moon in Lancashire. Cool. 6.66. Is that supposed to be hertz? T. What's the T for? I'm not sure. What's that? Obviously, the 666 we've all heard. What is that? Is it carbon? The mark of the beast. Obviously, they love to call us monsters because they've disconnected us from spirit and put us into a physical world. So we're no longer, the spiritual beings we were. So they call us uncultured and monsters, which is interesting. Old ancient building using copper like spark gap. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and this, I think that this free electricity stuff and the way they were using it's not that hard, but they want us to believe all this stuff is really complex and hard to do, right? All these, making electricity and power, and it's dangerous too, right? Got to be an electrician, or you got to be this, or you got to be that. But interestingly, no one back in the past, like Tesla, was an electrician. Yes, if he existed. All these people inventing these things, they weren't electricians, right? They were learning, but this is what they do. They put it out of our reach and make us think that it's, oh my gosh, look at these comments, that it's hard and dangerous, so we shouldn't try it. 6.66 T-hertz is a color frequency. Interesting. What color is it? Terahertz. Oh, that sounds scary, right? Terra, right? Terra, that's where we live, right? Terra, the land. That's interesting as well. Hello, Gary. How are you going? Plains Drifter, hello. Kimberly, hello. Sue, hello from Missouri. Thank you all for being here. All right, so let me just have a look. I've got something else. We are going to go and have a look at Berlin. Who wants to have a look at Berlin in 1885? I'll get into this, then we can have a bit of a chat. Let's try and get through some of my stuff. This one. So here we are. Berlin, 1885. I need to move that so we can zoom in. All right, so this is the Society, the Geographical Society. Now this is saying Paris. I don't know why it says, maybe Paris is where the book is, but this is Berlin. Check out this gate. The Berlin Gate. Is that the Berlin Gate? And always, right, always with this Phoenician stuff. We've got an angel up here with the wings that are open. And of course, Martin, through his research, has found that means open charge, right? And again, is this literally where the charge is going? It's arcing across. Got our horses. Why they always got horses and carriage? I mean, did they have cars? I saw a video by Paul Cook. Again, go check out Paul. He does great work, got a really good channel. And he was showing electric cars from the 1820s. So the more we look into this, the more this tech goes back in time. But again, I mean, just everything, right? Built to perfection. More statues. This looks like it's made out of bronze or copper. How would you even do this? How do they cast them? Once they're cast, how do they get them up here with the level of tech they're supposed to have had? It's interesting because all this stuff, it's all symbols, right? It's all telling a story, but we don't know what the story is, right? Like with their spelling, they've disconnected us from the meaning. And, we take these all as literal, where I don't think they were. You had to use the imagination, right? Your connection to get what the story was. And of course, we can look at Egyptians with their hieroglyphs. Same kind of thing, right? They're telling stories through pictures. So this is the language we need to learn to read again. And of course, advertising, man, came in the early 1800s. There was no advertising in the old world because it wasn't about money and greed and all this kind of stuff. Oh, excuse me. Another building, and every building, right? Huge. This one's a mud flutter. Stairs up, windows down. Another one, again, with the statues on top, always. What are they telling us? I think that a lot of this iconography is actually telling us what these buildings were for. And of course, most of these buildings, I would think, have been stripped from their facade. Right? They just strip it back to the bricks and, basically take the story off, right? Take our story off and replace it with his story. Another one now. This is not Rome. This is Berlin. And we see this everywhere, right? The same buildings that we're told, they're Greek, they're Roman, but no, they're everywhere. Oh, they're definitely Roman, right? They're Roman around the world. Dome in the front here. And even in Tennessee, which is near where I'm going to be soon, they have a Parthenon. And it's the exact same dimensions as the Parthenon in, where is Parthenon? Greece? I think it's in Greece. I don't think it's in Rome, is it? Oh, gosh. Again, right? Angels with open wings. Look at this. Just on a bridge. This is just a bridge. Right? Just an old world bridge. And look at all these pillars. Right? Covered in statues. No one would even think of doing this anymore. Why? Because of money, right? Because they want to suck up all the money. Look at these lights, how ornate they are. What do we get now? We get a precast, ugly metal thing with a fluorescent light in it. And of course, this is a bridge. You can see this is just straight into the ground. So if this was gas, which, the narrative would tell us, it started off as gas. Where are the gas bottles? Where's the gas coming from? Are the pipes inlaid inside the bridge? Or if they're electric, same thing. Where's the electricity coming from? Or are they actually just self-running, just self-powering? Right, we've got the toroids under here, the Fibonacci spirals. So is that how they were collecting the ether energy? And of course, this in the background. Again, more statues, right? All over the place. And you'll notice in most of these photos too, where are the people? Not many people. And again, this is what we see everywhere, because this is post-reset. When they've cleaned up the cities enough, to let us back in. But this is when there's no people, right? The repopulation hasn't happened yet. So they must have had a pretty good cleanup crew. But again, look at all these statues. Right, just everywhere. Who are these people? What's the message? What are they trying to tell us? Again, no people. Well, actually, a couple of people, but not many. And massive statues. All right? It's all the same. And of course, what's a statue? It's a static U. All right? It's a picture of someone not moving. Static U, statue. And of course, in their law, we have statutes. All right? Stasis, all these words that are very similar, but they teach us that they're not connected at all. And of course, massive Greco-Romano buildings in Germany. Another one. A couple of people here just to show us the level of tech they had. And of course, being Germany, you need the beer, right? The draft, being pulled by the draft horses. All right? And statues, again, massive. Look at the size of this pedestal compared to the people. How are they building things this big, and how are they getting them up there? And on the roof, more statues. So I'm pretty sure there's a story here that we just need to learn to read, right? We just can't read their language. And of course, talking this way, having a language in art, right? In creativity. That's how they got the message across where today, right? No art left. It's just words, right? These boxy letters and the alphabet, the alpha and beta. Oh, this is a nice one. The Palais of the Prince of Bismarck. This is the buildings, obviously, that, I don't know, had something special about them because they love to steal this for themselves, right? The best looking buildings. And always, with the portico, with the portholes, with the columns, with the arcs, the arched windows, always the same features. And this iron, I mean, look at this fence. And look, is that on the fence? I think it is. Look at all these little balls with like little antennas coming up out of them. And are they filled with mercury? Maybe, but again, Paul Cook was put out, which I hadn't really thought of before. They look like Van de Graaff generators, right? The little balls. Are they just Van de Graaff generators, maybe? Who knows? This is what we're trying to uncover here on Autodidactic. Oh no, if I can speak. On Autodidactic, which of course means to be self-educated. And look at this, a raised road set on pillars. I mean, where was this pillar factory, man? These pillars, they're everywhere. They've all got a very similar design, with this sort of scalloped out look. And they're all exactly, symmetrical. They're all the same. I don't think we could even build to that standard today. But look at this raised, road, walkway, whatever you want to call it. Pretty cool. And of course, the vanilla skies. We can see something in the back here. All right, tower popping up. But it looks like there's another tower there. But as you can see, look how clear the front is. Look at the shadows. But then once we get up here, it's gone. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, right? As far as photography, it looks like this has been whited out. Is that to hide the airships, maybe? The people from the outer territories, right? The extraterrestrials were maybe coming in airships, right? These cigar-shaped UFOs. Another angel with its wings open. She's holding a wreath. What we're told is a wreath. What was the use of that, really? But so many of these standing on top of these columns. So again, is that all? This could just be a massive antenna for all we know, right? I mean, I'm not sure, but we see them everywhere, right? And water around the outside. Very interesting, right? Get the current going. And look, the statues everywhere, man. Look at it. They look a bit. This looks like he's about to hammer someone. But again, are they supposed to be taken practically, or is there a bigger message in there? Here we have one of the said statues, and this is Goethe. Goethe, the writer, who has some pretty good stuff. If you haven't seen Goethe, go check him out. Quite a smart dude. And again, angels. And they're always naked. We've got the harp here, always to do with music as well. But as you can see, this inscription looks pretty nice and new, doesn't it? So is that even original, or is that just a plaque that's been put there? Because, was this Goethe? I'm pretty sure he was 1700s. This could be this could just be a statue, right? And they just name it as Goethe and then attribute some work to him. Not that I want to take anything away from Goethe, because you all should goeth forward. More. This she's just got bored, man. So she started to read. This lady not looking too happy. And this person with the harp. Interesting shape here, right? And again, we see, oh, that's okay. It's a swan. Interesting. Very cool. Everything's so artistic, right? The lion's heads, which we see everywhere. And this looks like it's Schiller. Apparently he was a shill. I don't know. I think I might have just made that up. That's Schiller. But here you see again, right, these spiral curves, which we see everywhere. Very reminiscent of what we see down here. And we see it on the ends of violins, right? Violins and all the wood instruments, the wood string instruments, they all have this curl at the end of them. All right, what's that about? Vanilla skies. Got another statue here. Oh, come on, come on. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Das Konug Schauspielhaus. There you go. I can speak German. Again, right? Horse and cart, chariots, cruising on. That actually, is that like a wing? I don't know. Bit hard to see. Looks like he's got a pipe up here. And these vases again, right? They're everywhere. But none of them have plants in them. Now, that's what we think they're for, right? Got all this iconography telling us a story that we can't yet read. Here we have more of these scrolls. And again, Germany, right? Look at this. Right? Not what we're told is German. And again, this is a book of Berlin from 1885. Oh, where's the picture? Come on, picture. Come on. Are you going to pop up? Oh my gosh. Is that the end of the book? Let's see. Oh my God. Have I frozen? Have I frozen? Have I frozen? It stopped working. Why did you stop? Okay, here we go. We're back. That was Schiller. Oh God. Now it's not wanting to work. Okay, I'm going to check that I'm still live. Am I still live? Hello, everyone. Yeah, sorry, that just all froze up. I'm streaming off my phone, so I'm hopefully still coming through. I haven't frozen. That's good. Thank you. Wonder if the columns can spin. It's actually an interesting point, right? Because if you look at a lot of the stuff in India, and Tibet and all these kind of buildings, that they do actually have columns that spin. Praveen Mohan gets into a lot of that stuff. Worth checking out. Yes. I'm still up. All right. Okay. I'm just going to check and see if that book's working. This site that we're on is Gallica. Gallica.bnf.fr. It's a French site, and it's worth checking out. It's full of old world books. Right. This is just a big catalogue, big library of the old world that is full of very interesting things. So you can go and check that out. Gallica, Gallica, and we're back. And you can see there's a lot of stuff on. There's a lot of stuff on this site. This is Denkmal Frederick William III in Lustgarten. And again, all right, with these, what we're told are gods, right? These sort of godlike figures. Why were they gods? Why do you think that is? Were they just people who had knowledge of the tech and so they could do godlike things? They might be able to levitate things and get free energy and shoot energy balls and all this kind of stuff. Is that what made them gods? Right? They're just the people with the knowledge. You can see this lady is holding a big staff. And what do we have in here? But the Maltese cross. All right? Because they do love to steal their symbols, right? What's that in the see, again, this shape. Right, this scroll shape, it's everywhere. Another one. And of course, these are all, made from marble and very hard stone. Is it even possible to sculpt this kind of stuff? Look at this down here, this bit of material, inlaid with all the designs, and look how thin it gets here. And of course there's statues where even I can't see the underside here, but where the underside is also crafted, right, sculpted. Like how can, but there's no space to get in there. And again, we have the same thing, right? These angel types naked, walking around. And Why were they naked? Is that because it was warmer, right? Under the vapor canopy, maybe. Another one. It's a bit of a boring one, isn't it? And sorry if you can hear my mouse clicking. I've noticed on the last couple of videos that my mouse clicking has come through. I did have a silent mouse, but it died, and so I've just got picked up a cheap one, really. So I need to get another silent mouse. So sorry if the clicking is a bit annoying. Okay, what's it trying to tell me? Come on, Gallagher, you can work. Something. All right, it's not liking me. Maybe I've got this one as well. This is Chicago. Do you want to have a couple? We'll go through a couple of pics. It's Chicago. Pictorial Chicago, an illustrated World's Columbia Exposition. All right, we all know about the World's Expo, 1893. So let's see if this one will work. I think it's okay. Here we go. Clark Street, looking north from Jackson Street. You Jackson? You look like a Jackson. Of course, classic line from a classic movie. Who knows what movie is that from? Let me know in the comments. Again, two different types of tech. Right? People walking around. Look at this car. A couple of wheels and literally just some boards and stuff. They're cruising around, but they apparently could also build all these buildings, right? Another one. Look at the size of this light. Huge. Where's the gas? Like, look, the people are down here, man. Trolleys or trams, as we call them in Australia. Streetcars were everywhere. So they had them in Chicago as well. I don't know if they're still there. I don't think they are. I'm pretty sure, like in the US, that's San Francisco, right? With the cable cars is the only place that they're left. Just like in Australia, they're only left in Melbourne. But we know they were in every city. There's been trams found, tramways and systems in the middle of the Amazon jungle. If you did not know. And the build out, right? 1890, look at the build out here. And always wall to wall. All right. Which means this is a complete build out. You could not build this building and then come back and wedge this in between. All right. It wouldn't work. How would you get the foundations? All right. Foundations have to be big and go down low. Like once this and this is built, you can't come back and slap this in. This has got to be all pre-designed and built at the same time. It's just how it works. And the same features everywhere, right? Columns, porticos, arched windows, symmetry, always the same. Atoms. What's atoms doing? Streetcars. And of course, they even show us streetcars pulled by horses, which doesn't make sense. How could a horse pull a cart up an incline or go down an incline? If the driver didn't get the brakes properly, if he missed up one bit, then squashed horse. Here we have the controllers. Now look at this. This looks like it's been touched up, right? Can you see these dots? Or is that some kind of tech maybe? Don't know. Interesting. But again, this is the old world in the 1800s, or 1893, I think it was. And this, I mean, these are just such a giveaway, these pictures, right? We've got these amazing old buildings, right, built perfectly, and then they just forgot to do anything at the front. Right? The people come along and just hang these, material awnings off them. Right? Does this make any sense at all? That the people who built these buildings just forgot that they needed, shade on the street or, whatever down here. And so this is all just retrofitted and it's just all wooden materials. They couldn't even do it properly. They couldn't do it to anywhere near the standard of the buildings. Ooh, there we go. Again, this kind of looks like it's been touched up, right? Well, definitely, right? Unless we had cartoon characters walking around. What's going on here? Is it just been touched up, or have they been added in maybe? Maybe there was no people in this photo. Hydrants. What really are these hydrants? They used to be everywhere as well, like the metal ones. We're told just for firefighting. You know, are they? Were they something different? Who knows? And mud flutter, right? Stairs up. You can see this literally has a stairway going down. This shop looks like it's half underground. All these windows on the ground floor. Mud flood buildings. And look at this. You see these quite a bit too, these column things that aren't connected to the ground. Again, are they something to do with some kind of antiquitech? Look at this. Skyscrapers, right? Not quite a skyscraper. Of course, the Masonic temple, right? Of course it is. Look at the size of the people compared. This is the first floor. The people are down here. Okay, so these are 20-foot floors. You know, so 1800s, you know, this is in America. Still, you know, a growing city just sort of being set up. Why would they waste all this space? Why would you build floors so big when you could have 3 floors in there and the building would only need to be this tall? Why would you use 4 times the materials just to make it big? Doesn't make any sense at all. Massive arc here, arcs all the way along, and here and here and here and here. It's all the same. All the same. But this building, right? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Right, so that's like a 20-story building in the 1800s. All masonry. Right? Not steel and glass, masonry. Masonry, right? Masonic masonry. That's why they're called the Freemasons, because they love free masonry, right? As in bricks and mortar. Right? Mortar, it's mortifying, cement, cemetery, right? All these interesting connections in their spells. This looks mud flooded. As you can see, it's coming down and then down again. We've got windows going into the ground everywhere. Oh, look at this chick. She's having a look in the window. Bit of window shopping. And advertising's come in, right? So this is all added afterwards. After they've got their Freemasonry, they then try and charge us for everything. These little spiral domes are pretty interesting too. So this Ashland building, and is this looks like a drawing. Pretty sure, I don't know, it's hard to tell. If that's a drawing, it's very good, right? Because, you know, these people are all drawn by the looks of it. And I often wonder, you know, because we see a lot of, you know, pictures like this that look like they're drawn, you know, but we have filters today, right? You can get a photo and you can put a filter so it comes out looking like a drawing. So what's going on here? Well, this looks like a photo, doesn't it? It looks like a photo, but these people, they look like they've been added, drawn in. Is that what's happened? Drawn in to draw us in. Again, massive, massive building. Ants on the street down here. What's this? The New Dime Museum. They love their museums. You know, so they can show us everything's old, right? They can date everything. Again, real estate board. Oh, yeah, man. Land. And this is really one of their big agendas, right? Land. They've been getting us to swap our land, you know, the land of the realm, which belongs to everyone, and swap it for worthless bits of paper that they just create. And they make us think we're getting a good deal out of it. But look where we are now, right? Look at the price of land and real estate now. and it's just all been bought up by BlackRock, right? The BlackRock, Rupus nigra, right? The BlackRock of Hyperborea. Again, more build out. I mean, and look at this building here. It's just crazy. All right, let's see if there's any World's Fair buildings here. Here's another one. Look at all these buildings, and no doubt, unfortunately, most of these buildings would be gone now. I mean, look at the roof up here. Look at this stuff. Look at all these antennas. Up here, we've got some, some kind of balcony with metal going around it. Open wings, or open something. This looks like a turtle. But what is all this stuff? If you're going to build a building like this, if you could and design it, all of this stuff would be for a reason. It wouldn't just be, oh, well, this building looks amazing, but it needs some bits on the very top that people can't see. Doesn't make sense. It's clearly got a function. So this one's looking a bit brutal, right? A bit brutalism. So this is what buildings look like after they've been defacaded, right? They go in and then they strip them off so that we can't see what they're really about. But you can tell this is an old world building just by the way that, it's not just this flat surface. We have these bits popping out all along here. And of course, the top of this, we see these everywhere, arched vaulted windows, but they strip them off and then try and tell us that they built them. So this is the Monadnock building, Dearborn and Van Buren Street. So anyone from Boston? Well, sorry, where are we? Chicago. Which of course used to be called Shalaga, which is an old world city in America on many, many, many maps. And look what we got on the top here. All right. Is that an energy collection device? Because it kind of looks like it. But again, see, this is what the buildings would have been. Look at how much stuff's on here. All this, logos, if you want to call it, all this story, all this artwork. So this one, the top of it survived, but they've stripped the bottom. So there's nothing down here. And then, of course, they all need these little awnings, right, for shade, because whoever built this building, that they couldn't take that into account. So was this even meant for human habitation? I think a lot of these buildings are machines. I don't necessarily believe that anyone was inhabiting them. They weren't for that. I always get this same look, these arcs and the columns. And of course, they love to put their flags on the spires. Another one. It's just a complete build out, right? It's just ridiculous. And again, here we go, horses pulling a tram or a trolley or a cable car, whichever you prefer, right? Horses. Does this make any sense at all? Okay, this guy's got a carriage. So this guy with his horses can go wherever he wants, right? But these trolleys, they can only stay on these tracks. So what's the point? They're actually limiting where these vehicles can go by putting them on tracks. Doesn't make any sense. If they were running on free energy, then yeah, metal tracks, right, would need to be there, and that makes sense. But otherwise it doesn't. It really, really doesn't, in my humble opinion. More buildings. So this is clearly an old world city. Look at this place. Just ridiculous. I'm just going to go and see if we've got any World Expo. Maybe I should go back to the... Oh, God, look at this one. Look at the intricacy here. Look at this. Look at the different layers, right? Is this to turn the building into a capacitor using different materials layered with mortar in between? Of course, we know now that bricks can actually be used as batteries. Battery is an interesting word, A lot of forts are batteries. What are they trying to tell us? But just look at that. I mean, can you even imagine someone building something, company people building something like this today? It wouldn't even pass the design phase because of the expense, right? The money. That's like, well, where's my return? It's just crazy. I'm just going to see if we've got some World's Fair pics. Let's have a look. So as you can see, this is quite, look at these. So I won't go through the whole thing because as you can see, there's a lot of pics in this book. Lots and lots and lots. Do we have the World's Fair here? Doesn't look like there are any World's Fair pics. It did say World's Fair. All right, we'll check out a few more and then I'll come and have a chat. But up here it does say World's Columbia Exposition. Oh, wow, look at this. So this is a castle. Clearly a castle. All right, look at that. Looks like it's had a bit of damage, maybe. This is oh my God, this is a house, guys. It's a house. The residence of Mr. Potter Palmer. Mr. Potter Palmer. Interesting name. Mud flooded. All right. Windows down on the ground, stairs going up. Let's see this cable that runs up the side here. What's that grounding for? What's that? But that's telling us this is a house. All right, it's a house. That's a castle. So what is a castle? Was it cast by El? Made by the gods. A castle. Again, residence. These are all houses. Again, another mud flooder. All right, windows going down. You can see this is actually sunk below the level of the street. So this is the Freemasonry, right, that they stole for their houses so they can have all these big spaces. I mean, how did they heat them? Why would you build something that big unless you had the capacity to heat and cool it? Another residence. All right, and this is all, it's not New York, obviously, but this is all sort of Gilded Age type mansions, which, of course, they went in and they knocked them all down. Another one. Residence of General Joseph T. Torrance. All right. So that this is what the rulers got, and we got the shacks and the tents. Another one. So, this stuff is everywhere. So I'll go and I don't think I'll put the links under, but I will when I get off the live. I will put the links for these books below so you can go and check them out. Oh, like I said, it is Gallica.fr, .bnf.fr. Look at this. Just ridiculous, right? Look at all these sunbursts. Wow, looks like an eye. Somebody's watching you. That's a cool balcony. But ridiculous, right? All houses. Again, residence. Oh, residence of J. Mason. Loomis. The Masons are looming with their luminescence that they stole, right? The free energy. Look at this. It's a house. That looks like a hotel. And we still see this today, right? All these stars, these fallen stars, maybe. They've got these mansions, right? The Man of Zion. These huge, buildings that they don't need and hardly ever use, while we get everything taken from us. So this is people wanting to be the gods, basically wanting to be the gods of us, wanting to be the gods of this realm. But clearly there were people before them that were much more advanced And this has just all been stolen. That's why they knock it all down, because they can't get it to work. They can't use it. They can't heat it. Don't understand it. And so they knock it all down. All right, look, these are houses. This is what they're telling us. These are all houses. So pretty interesting stuff. Okay, now we've got some apartments. But this is a house. This is a residence. This one they're saying is apartments. So the Masons, you know, the controllers who stole the world, they get this to themselves as one house. You know, we at best get like a little bit, like a room of one of these. So we've got the short end of the stick, but we're trying to change all this, I think. And I think times are changing pretty fast. It looks like it's all falling apart at the moment. We used to have all these nice gardens, you know, public spaces, but they've all gone pretty much too. You might be lucky to get a park or two in a city. Unless it's a national park, then, you know, you can't really go in unless you've got permits and all this other kind of crap. What's that in the background? Look at that. Made of glass, looks like it's been touched up. No doubt a massive greenhouse, but with a chimney. What's going on there? And, oh, is this a zoo? Seal pound. Lincoln Park. Oh, well, there you go. That's where the band lives, no doubt. And look at these lily pads. So I haven't seen these in the Americas before. These were in England. The guy who apparently designed and built the Crystal Palace, Joseph Baxter, is that right? I think that's right. He was growing these, you know, massive lily pads, and there's photos of people sitting on them. He also introduced the Cavendish banana, apparently, and he was in England. All right. Got his little tricycle here. Got the kids. Got the penny farthing. And the umbrellas are weird, right? Always the umbrellas for the sun. The parasols. And here's a man about to take a seat. Oh, it's Lincoln. Honest Abe. Honest Abe. Interesting character. If you look into him, there's quite a bit of evidence to say that the gift of the Ellie Bates, of the Elliots, the elites, who knows, in Lincoln Park. Oh, that's okay. That's why it's Lincoln Park. All makes sense now. But yeah, there's evidence that Honest Abe may not have been Caucasian, right? May not have been white. He may have been a coloured person, which they don't want us to know. Look at this. The Grant Monument. And Grant was like, he was like a US Civil War leader. And like, again, it's all about war, right? It's always about war. Always about war and conquering. The big con. Join the con queue. All right? Line up to be conned and conquered. All right, so I'll come back and we can have a chat. I think how long have I been going? My gosh, is it an hour and a half already? More statues of the leaders, right? Again, put up. These are the people to worship. These are the ones that change the world. Who's this? Linnae? Who's Linnae? Because this dude's clothes, look how he's dressed. What's this? He's like just got out of bed and it's cold, so he's still got his sheet around him. And last one, then like I said, I'll put the links under this for these books under when I get off. Here we have an American Indian by the looks of it, a native Ottawa Indian monument. So it looks like there's lots of these monuments in Lincoln Park. Oh, and some moose. Just hanging out. Oh, elk. Sorry, elk. What's the difference between a moose and an elk? Moose have the big funny antlers, don't they? All right, so how is everyone going? 240 of you watching. Thank you for being here. Oh, Rosanna Ruby, how nice of you. Did I leave a comment up the whole time? I hope they didn't wreck the photos. Thank you, Rosanna. Yeah, I think definitely Gold Coast Lady was a blankie. Denise, concrete, archons, exactly. Nice, archons are cons. And of course, we are live from the dome, as you can see, light shining through. I need to get some color in. I was talking to someone the other day who's an artist. She told me white is not good. The reason that, I'm wearing glasses, apart from the computer, is there's too much white light, too much white spectrum around. We need more color. So I need to get more color in. I need to get Kelly in to do some artwork for me, right? Electroculture, yes. I'm definitely need to get back into that too. I've in the middle of making a couple of garden beds out the front. Going to get a lemon tree and a lime tree and some palms and some natives and electroculture them. And also we've got lots of trees around that are sort of, we had floods here a year ago, so a lot of the trees, got a bit hammered by that. So I want to get some electroculture into them as well, see if we can sort of help them. Thank you, Hippie. Yes, please give me a like, a share, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notifications. If you'd like to support the channel, there are links below. Go check them all out. What have we got here? The difference between moose and elk is flavor. Well, there you go. At Dean Campbell. Oh, is there someone called Dean Campbell? If there is, you have an awesome surname. Just saying. Beautiful bloom seeds. Both taste yummy. Oh, I've never had anything like that. Like, what do they call it? Game, don't they? And that's another interesting word, right? It's game. Is it just a game? Who knows? They said lead was used in Notre Dame, so that's why it's burnt. Didn't know lead burnt. Learn something new every day, right? Yeah, I know, right? Cowboys, very resourceful, man. When they weren't killing each other, they were master architects and builders. Didn't you know? Yeah. The moose have the big funny antlers. Like, what was that cartoon? I can see it. The moose and the little beaver dude. Can't remember the name. Yes, I'm in the dome. I am in the dome, and there's 2 videos up now on FlorALIVE of me building it. There's more to come. I need a bit of furniture. I need a few more bits, some carpet and stuff, but getting there. I'm in here. I've been in here for about probably 3 weeks now. Thank you, Quaalude Charlie. Happy weekend to you as well. Yeah, I know, right? Poor Oprah. On the bones of her massive ass. She needs our help so she can help other people. She's only got 2 billion, don't you know? I mean, times are tough, man. Times are tough. But you can kindly donate to me, especially if you're Oprah. Send me some of your money over. I'll get it out to Maori for you. Old World Hastings, how you going? Do you have a channel? It sounds like you have a channel. I don't know. Let us know. If you do, go and check out Old World Hastings. There's lots of Old World channels coming out now, I've noticed, which is good. It's if we can get enough to sort of, people can check out their own backyards, right? Their own states, cities, whatever, and do deep dives. So I think it's good. So welcome. I'd paint the stars. The stars, man. The stars. Stars. I'm working. I'm going to put a video out on stars, but stars, right? Stars. Fallen. The fallen ones. I was talking to an elder the other day, and we were talking about stars, and he said, "Yep, they're fallen. You can see them on Hollywood Boulevard. Right? They've fallen to the ground." Yes, I've heard moose are rather large. Meese or moose? I don't know. I think they're meese, moose, meese, mouse, moose. Deforestation. Plant a tree. Yes, we should all plant trees. I agree. Hit the like. I agree. Has the dome helped with my health? I don't know. I wasn't unhealthy beforehand. I do have an issue with my arm at the moment, but apart from that, I do pretty well. So, haven't noticed anything, but I definitely would like to get an Antiquitech electroculture antenna on the roof and see what happens. Wagga Wagga. Yeah, man, there's tunnels all under Australia. The Masonic capital of Canberra has tunnels going to Sydney and Melbourne. Like that's a long way, right? And of course, this could have all been infrastructure that's been covered up over the multiple resets. I was a power guy, and yes, overcharging a battery causes great effects. Oh, what kind of effects? I've also set up I got solar panels. I only got 2 batteries at the moment, so I think I need more because that's why I've got I'm still using the generator because I'm not holding enough. Either not holding enough charge or I'm drawing too much, but I need to get that sorted out a bit. Sorry to the vegans. A pet day would be good. Permaculture energy transfer day, working with bees. Yeah, well, yeah, man. There's work going on. Kelly runs a charity, the largest land care charity in Australia. It's called Carbonate, and she's all excited because they're just launching a new campaign. They work with farmers, trying to regenerate the land, and they started off trying to, stop them putting chemicals and everything. But it's all going to be about animals. So, I won't go too far on it. She can let you know what's going on. But yeah. And yeah, man, I had a goanna here yesterday. It was at least 2 foot long, and there's a short video up on my channel. I opened this, I heard it, all sort of for a few hours. I could hear this, scuffering around outside, and I went out and had a look, and I could see him. He was sort of, 50 meters away. Came back in, then went outside again, and he was at my front door almost, and it scared the crap out of me. But luckily, I scared him too, so he ran away rather than coming for me. But yeah, man, they're big creatures. They look exactly like Komodo dragons, just smaller. So yeah. Why are you not discussing about cloud busting experiment? Because I'm not. Is the answer to that? We're talking history. You can talk about cloud busting. But yeah, I've got lots of orgonite and all that kind of stuff. William Rife, lots of information, but we can only do so much. It all has a feeling of a construct. Yeah, I agree. And there's actually some photos where literally the streets look so clean. It literally looks like a movie set. It's really weird. And yeah, I agree, man. That's what we're in, right? The reset. That's what the reset is, right? That new stage set. That's what they're trying to do. Yeah, I totally agree. It does. Yeah, a lot of these old photos especially look like we're in a movie set, man. A movie set. And they're casting, right? They need to cast. To make a movie, you need to cast, right? To cast that spell. Sorry, I'm hearing noises and hoping it's not a goanna coming into my house. I don't think it is. Bullwinkle, yes, that's who the moose was. Bullwinkle, that's right. And his little friend, the flying beaver, is that what it was? Lead will melt from dew, yeah, man. Dew will melt most things. Man, I must be way back on these comments. Okay, I'm just got up. Vinegar kills chemtrails. Well, there you go. Yeah, orgonite, man. Okay, sorry. I'm stressing that a goanna is going to run into my house. My front door's open. Tribe company call it Komodo Moose people. Oh, there you go. Watch out. Sherry Ives is going to use that as her new password. Behind you. Shh. Don't say that. Rocky, he's a squirrel, was he? Okay, I thought he had a big flat tail, but maybe he doesn't. All the world's a stage, man. Exactly right. All the world's a stage, and that's why they're trying to build a new set, reset it with a new cast to throw spells at us, right? That's why they have, the broadcast, the news broadcast, right? They cast their spells far and wide through the news. I know, right? I'm trying to be brave, man. Come on. I've got to be like Crocodile Dundee. Us Australians, man. We're cool with all this stuff, man. Come on. Reset female Reese cookie. Oh, what does that mean? More building, nice. Hello, Catherine. Thanks for joining us. All right, so I can't believe I've been going for an hour 44 already. That went really fast. And sorry that I was late. Did anyone tell me? I didn't see. What time was this supposed to go up? Because when I got on, everyone was waiting and I was late and I thought I was early. So there you go. And programming to program you, man. Yeah, that's what the TV is, right? It's full of programs. Tell lies to your vision through the programming. Thank you. Oh, God, Hastings, do you have a channel? I didn't see. Did you let us know? Catherine McMartin, you guys are getting hammered out there in Australia. I'm out in the bush. So, none of I don't care what they do. They're not doing much to me. I did have an interesting interlude with the police the other day, which I may tell that story soon. We'll see. Quite interesting. Oh my God, don't tell me that. So you're all freaking me out, making me think there's a goanna coming in. Goanna, it's time to go, Anna. Jackie, yes, hello. At least you made it. How you going? Thank you for being here. Oh my God, now I'm hearing noises all around me. If I scream, call Crocodile Dundee because I'll need a big knife. Oi, gosh, hippie, don't. You're going to give me bad dreams, man. 241 in Flat, Austria. All right. Oh, Booties to Avalok. I'm not even going to attempt that. Austria. I'm going to be up near Austria soon. But you'll have to wait for that announcement coming this week. Big announcement coming. That's going to be amazing. But also, already announced, I'm going to be in Florida in a month. So you can come and see me. Come and hang out for a few days. What is a goanna? A goanna is a very large lizard. A very ancient. It looks like a Komodo dragon, but not quite as large. So there we go. Oh, thank you so much, Laurie. I appreciate you as well. So there we go, guys. Flying squirrel. I don't need to worry about the snakes. Yeah, we get them as well. Snakes up here. Kangaroos are good. They're not as scary. And I've got a cat that's adopted me, Buster the cat. He was a feral, as far as we know. He just turned up from nowhere. Like we're on this land, and literally like it's kilometers to the nearest house. And this cat just turned up when I was in the tent and decided to move in. I woke up one day and he was asleep on my bed. Better than a goanna. But yeah, he's cool. He's some cool wildlife. Got lots of birds, kookaburras. Hear them every morning. And that's that's why I want to get into outside and get some more natives, and flowering plants and things to bring back the birds, all that kind of stuff. Oh, Muddy Boots, Northeast Florida. Well, you should come and say hello when I'm there. Links in the description. If it's not there, I'll make sure it is once I finish this stream, and I'll also put up the links for those 2 books that we had a look at. What was this one? Sorry. Florida got hit by a hurricane. A gurricane? Maybe come to Utah. It's already organized. We've got an event. And like I said, I'm going to try and organize a second day event and see if we can get Martin and maybe Jason and a few other people down, maybe Matt from Cultivate Elevate. We'll see how we go. Cockatoos, yep. We have cockatoos as well. Galahs. Yeah. Black cat. big, big male black tabby cat, tomcat. He's very cool. It's very interesting because he you know, we think he's a feral cat, but he's pretty tame. He's very nice to me. He freaked out a bit, when he came into the dome and I shut the door. He didn't know what a door was. He was freaking right out. He's like, oh my god, what's going on? But yeah, no, he's very cool. So I do have. I'll put some of the video up on my Spiral Up channel on the next dome video. There you go. Kiwi slept on the ground in Australia. Never got a snake or a goanna. Well, there you go. Way to go. Yes, we do have to care for the animals. I agree. Or are they trying to care for us? That's a good point. Right? I think a bit of both. Right? Symbiosis. Male black ones are great. Yeah, man. He's big too. He's like a mini panther, man. He's heavy. God, you pick him up and he's a big boy. But yeah, I don't know where he came from. He definitely acts like a feral sometimes, but like he's never been in a house and he's not quite sure about it all, but he's very friendly. He sleeps on my bed and jumps up on my lap and purrs. He's a bed hog though. Seriously, man. He jumps on and he's just got to sleep on top of me. Literally, I woke up the other night and he was trying to burrow down underneath my blankets. So yeah, but he's very cool. Buster the cat. I could go to Utah gathering. Do come. Don't know if I'll have time to organise another one this time. I'm only going to be in the States, well, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 weeks. So we'll see. I'm going to try and get a day event organised as well. May as well while I'm there, right? Oh, here we go. Thank you. There is the link to the Florida event. So come and check it out. Well, I don't think cats kill all the native animals. Definitely don't go goannas. But if they're fed, I was thinking about this the other night. This is what they tell us, right? This is a story from, where do we get that information from? From the system, right? It's all this green agenda stuff. You can't have pets. No, you can't. I mean, if you think about, the bird depopulation is not from cats. Clearly, imagine how many cats there would need to be to actually affect the bird population. Birds can fly up in trees. I mean, they're going to get 1 or 2 for sure, but as far as decimating the population, I just think that is an agenda. It's just an agenda as far as I'm concerned. And if it's your cat, you feed it, right? I mean, yes, they're still going to go out and be a cat, but I think that's called, they're just vilifying them. Dogs as well, and the dingo. They've vilified the dingo, and they're trying to dogs. Some councils you literally can't even have a large dog anymore. You've got to have one of these GMO labradoodle things. Yeah, no, I agree. Someone said, have I named the cat? Oh, there. Yes, Buster. I called him Buster. So there we go. Yeah, I feed him. Yeah, I'm definitely feeding him. Yeah. If a cat comes around and looks hungry, feed it. Do something. And that'll yeah. Like if they're happy and they're content, you know what a cat's like. It'd rather just have a full belly and sit in the sun. That's the truth. It's yeah. I think so. I think we've got to consider everything that we believe. 95% of it we've taught, and it comes straight from the system, which means it's an agenda. My opinion, of course. All right. Bird depop is an... Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right. You look at film from the 60s and 70s, the bird numbers were immense. The flocks were huge. There's no way you could attribute that to cats. No. It's the spraying, it's the deforestation, all this kind of stuff, chemicals introduced. And because they don't want us to know that that's what they're doing, they pin it on the cat. Come on. And cats, what happens in the countries where cats are native? Are they birdless? Don't think so. Sydney, how you going, man? Good to see you and everyone else. Blah, blah, where are we? And cell towers, yep, all this stuff, right? It's all to cover their tracks, man. It's all to cover their tracks and make it our fault. It's the same story over and over and over. Cheers, Marty. Thank you for being here. And thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. Yeah, definitely 5G. Yeah. The whole agenda, right? It's, this green agenda. It's about destroying the greenery, right? It's an inversion. Yeah, man. Cat, like Buster's cool. He sits up next to me and just purrs, and we know that cats purrs, the vibration. It's been scientifically proven that it's good for our health. So there you go. And he just loves to sit on top of me all the time. But he's a good purrer, so he's awesome. You didn't hear it? Yeah, no, they've been telling us in Australia for years. It's all the cats, man. The cats are taking out the birds. It's all the cat's fault. So now you can't have a cat, apparently. All right. Oh, thank you, Alice. I agree. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it there. Almost 2 hours, 155 minutes. Thank you for spending some time with me and hanging out. I do appreciate you all, and I'm glad this stream went well. So it looks like I fixed up my my streaming. I'm not cutting out anymore, so I'm going to be doing regular streams, and I've also got to sort out. I've just got to work out how to do it. I did see it somewhere, and then I lost it. I'm going to start doing weekly streams for all of the channel members, and so we can get together and have a chat. I want to do that every week. So I'm going to work that out and put that out there, but I will definitely be going live a couple of times a week. I want to do at least 2, by myself on Auto and probably one on FlorALIVE, and then one for the channel members. And of course, if you want to be a member or support my work, all that kind of stuff, you'll find all the links below. So thank you so much for spending some time with me, guys. I really do appreciate you all. Stay awesome, and I'll catch you all on the next upload. Bye for now.